I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Time to Heal. I know it seems funny, a person like me hosting a show like this, but I think I'm the right fit for a show like this because I've been on the other side of domestic violence. I've been the man doing it and not doing it now, and I think I'm uniquely qualified to give my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Y'all all know that shit. I didn't go to school for this shit or nothing like that. But, you know, I have reasons, sick reasons why I did used to be like that, and now I'm, again, not doing that anymore as a domestic violence person. Again, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. I have two co-hosts. I'm going to introduce them now. First up is Shah. Let me say your name correctly. Shaharia. Shaharia.
Yes.
Yes. I called you earlier and you said, "Damn, you said my name so beautifully." Did you say that to me?
I said I love the accent.
All right. I knew it was something nice about me you said. I appreciate it. So how you been?
I've been doing okay. I've been grinding.
Good. I saw your video, too, earlier, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We have Lady Shay, too. Is Lady Shay there?
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
You sound great.
Thank you.
Yes. Nice. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Listen, this show, to me, is about, we're going to talk about certain, we have bullet points and everything like that, but we're going to talk about, I think we should touch on some solutions. Talk about, because it is a serious matter. Sometimes I joke around about domestic violence and stuff like that because that's the type of humor I do. But tonight is a different type of show. You know what I'm saying? I still might laugh if something tickles me, but at the same time, we're going to try to tackle, try to get into some solutions on how people could elevate themselves and get their self-esteem up to try to get out of these predicaments that they find themselves in, men and women. So, Shaharia, for those people that don't know your story, maybe you could give us a refresher course, and a refresher course. I mean, you could tell us what you've been through, real quickly, and we could move on to that. Maybe we can get into some bullet points, and I'm gonna talk to Lady Shay and find out if she had any experiences as well. So, yes. So fill me in.
All right. My name is Shaharia Johnson. I'm a domestic violence survivor. In 2015, I was stabbed 12 times by my ex-boyfriend, and I was immediately paralyzed. Over the course of 2 years, and I'm still recovering, I've done, a lot of physical therapy, occupational therapy, mental therapy, and it's a constant process.
So you and the person that did it, was your boyfriend, or was it somebody you were just dating, or you were serious about, in a serious relationship with this person?
Yes, it was somebody I was in a relationship with for 2 years.
Oh, for 2 years.
Yes.
All right. And now this incident, was it a lot of things leading up to it, or was it out of the blue, or was it, I use the word signs. I'm not blaming you. I just want to know if it started, how it started off and it escalated into something serious.
So I do. There were red flags of his abuse, meaning, manipulative, isolation tactics and things like that. And then, the arguments started to get worse, started to get more physical. It just got to a point where I was like, no, I have to get out before someone loses their life.
Now, before that happened, did when the red flags were coming up and you saw the red flags, it did still seem like some sort of love. Am I correct? Or you know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy, but you still felt like you know what I mean? At first you didn't want to leave. At first it felt comforting in some sick way. That's part of the
No,
mental...
not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It never was comforting for me.
Oh, okay. So right away you said, I got to get out of this.
Right away, I knew that those words are signs, but I had hope.
Oh, okay. So you had hope that the person would change or would stop. It's not uncommon, but you know that's how you felt.
No, it's just I saw the potential.
Oh, you saw what? Excuse me?
I saw the potential in him.
You saw the potential of him getting better, getting better, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Receiving genuine love.
I understand.
That a lot of, our black men haven't had.
Mhm. I understand. So I'm gonna come to you in a second, Lady Shay. I just wanted to ask a couple of more questions. Now, when I don't know if you're in a relationship now. It's not any of my business, but I'm saying, are you apprehensive about dating men now, or you know what I mean? Are you apprehensive? Are you skittish about meeting men? Because you're you're an attractive young lady. I just want to know how that works now.
I do feel like a person will have to do a whole lot to earn my trust. I don't know if I could 100% fully trust another individual, because I feel like if I was in love with a person, for 2 years, or someone that I thought loved me back, it's like, I feel like, anybody got the potential to harm me in that same way.
So, in other words, the person that did that to you, he ruined not only the way, because
I wouldn't say ruined it.
I mean, you might look at other people now as potential beaters. You know what I mean? Even if you might get into a legitimate argument.
No, I look at other people now like I'm not going to go in naively. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to just give a person my trust.
So don't you think that you should?
I'm not going to be blinded by the words or the promises or things that I've had experience with.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So let me go to Lady Shay. Lady Shay, have you ever experienced anything like that? Then I'll tell you a little bit about how I used to be. But I just want to know from you, have you ever experienced anything like that?
Yeah, I've talked about it briefly. It was a actual very short relationship, more so in the dating preliminary stages, and I saw the signs. For me, it's like, I'm not a battered woman, I wouldn't say. I just kind of I was in a situation where I was trying to be victimized, and I removed myself immediately. For me, it was more so about what I realized with being in those type of relationships. You have to realize that, yes, you may see potential in a man, or yes, you may see that this person can be something better than the characteristics that they're showing you, but that has to come from within that individual. We as a woman, or we as a man, or whatever, you can't change your partner into something that they need to change from within. So these are some of the things that I taught as far as that, I knew as far as growing up, and these are the values that I've instilled within myself. So I knew immediately that this wasn't something that I wanted to try to change or try to rectify or fix. It was something that I knew I had to get out of.
I understand, and you knew that pretty much right away.
Yeah, it was the first incident, the first red flag. It was done. And then all it took was just that moment for me to say, you know what? If you're smart, you'll end it now, instead of letting it fester into something that is a little too hard to get out of.
Yeah, and that's that. Like, and coming back to me, that was the part that I couldn't understand on the woman's part. That I'm not going to say names, but that's I was in a long-term relationship with somebody, and I mean I wasn't like a monster type guy, but you know I used to have a quick temper and just say certain things that she might say would tick me off, or something that she didn't do that I said to do. And then I would say to myself, well, wow, if she didn't want me to do this, slap her, or you know, if she didn't want me to do this, why wouldn't she just do what I told her to do? It was almost like I was saying to myself, which is sick. I'm not approving of it, but I'm just saying, I would say to myself, well, damn, if she knows I'm like this, obviously we've been in this relationship 6-7 years. So if she knows I'm like this, why don't she just listen? You know what I'm saying? It's like, go fucking listen, and then it
no,
just won't happen.
Generally, what I think it is, Shampoo, is there's within those type of relationships, there's an enabler and there's an abuser. So that's how those relationships work. And if you're an enabler, you're going to understand that this abuser is going to have those moments where they go into those abusive states. Mm-hmm. And because you're enabling this behavior, it turns into a repetitive nature. It becomes okay. It becomes accepted. And I think with that, like, you have to first forgive yourself and understand that if someone is having some type of underlying issue where they're taking it out on you, it's not you. It's that person. It's the issue within themselves. And you have to learn that you can't take on the issues of other people, especially when it comes to domestic violence situations. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta, I don't know, you literally, like, sometimes you just gotta sacrifice and remove yourself out that situation. Forgive yourself. Understand that it wasn't you. It was bigger than you. It was that person.
Well,
whatever they were going through.
Well, see, that's the part. That's the rub I got. I have to try to really put to sleep. The rub that it's not you. Now, when a man does that, he's wrong. Let's just put that on the table right now. He's wrong.
Right.
But at the same time, sometimes a woman has not her fault, but they're at fault as well. Like, okay, if you're in a relationship and you're a certain way, and your partner, he doesn't want you to go out and hang out at night all the time. He loves you. He doesn't want you to be like that. So, but you constantly go, and then argument starts, and it goes from there. So why don't you just, not you per se, why doesn't a person just, if she doesn't want to be with that person, obviously because she hangs out in the street all the time, why don't she just leave him then? We'll get to our first bullet point, and I'm going to read a couple of these super chats in a second.
Okay, Yeah, but I want to respond to that quickly, and there's two sides to that story. Yes, you're absolutely correct. If the two individuals are not on the same field, playing field or playing ground, as far as you don't have the same desires that your spouse or your potential mate may have, then maybe you need to reassess, reevaluate, and see if this person is truly fit for you. And that goes back to what I've said previously, when talking about domestic violence, about learning your partner and finding out about them before committing into something and going into the relationship deeply, if that makes sense.
Can I say something real quick?
Jump in.
For one, I feel like a person can build up a whole fake persona or lead you to believe that they are one way.
Your phone sounds muffled. Hey, listen, no, I'm just kidding. Your phone sounds a little muffled. Just talk a little clearer. Okay, that sounds a little better.
Okay.
I can hear you good now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like, for one, people put on whole personas in order to get what they want. And I feel like when someone has a motive, whether that's man or woman, they will carry it out or wait for as long as they have to in order to get them under that grip, so get them to a point of being too afraid to leave. So I feel like a lot of times it's not as easy to just say, just get out. A lot of times these cycles have created fear, and a lot of times these guys know everything about your where your family stay, and if you're afraid of him. Hold on, can I finish real quick, please? And if you're afraid of him, a lot of girls be afraid to actually leave and then lose their life. Because actually, that's the most lethal time for women to leave abusive relationships, when they finally say that they're done or that they're ready to leave. So a lot of times, I hear y'all saying, but people do go through these thought processes saying, okay, this person isn't good for me, and so they plan out that way, or they do what they think is the safest route to get out of their relationship, knowing that person's anger or whatever that they didn't disclose at first.
Right.
But by this time, you're already probably in a 1 or 2 year relationship, and you end up a person like me.
Well, here's the thing, and I agree with you, Shaharia. Situations where you have, I don't want to call them con artists, but you just have people men that are even women that know how to pray. You understand? So they will put on this persona.
I understand that.
But I still feel like, with that being said, if you're dealing in a relationship, if you're dealing with someone and you're getting to know them, you can only fake the funk but so much.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's in your opinion, but I have actually seen it happen in multiple instances. With the people around me, it happens. You may not have seen it, but it's definitely happening.
Yeah, but just for a second, if and I want you to start with your bullet points, Shaharia. When I just finish this point real quick, you could start with that first bullet point that you sent over. I thought it was interesting, but I'm just saying we have to keep love in this. You said, lady said, you said a con artist and all that. That's not. I understand what you're saying, and that's true that guys prey on women sometimes, and
women prey on men. So
women prey on men. But there is love in there. There is love. I mean, when I used to be like that, and
that's
and
not
all
love,
that.
Shampoo. And I'm going to tell you this: that is not love. And this is one thing that we also have to learn too: what the true definition of love is. Because love is patient, it's kind, and I'm saying it from a biblical standpoint. But this is just a general, unconditional love will never harm you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The love you have for a newborn baby should be in comparison to the love of your spouse. Understand what I'm saying? You should want to nurture that person. There should be at no point, even when you get at your most angriest point, you should never want to scream, degrade, or harm the person that you're with. So like I said, you can only fake the funk but so much before that person will show true colors. And sometimes you just got to take your time.
I'm a living example.
I understand.
I'm a living example.
Well, let me just I understand what you're saying. But I don't necessarily agree with that in all senses. I just feel that a person, a man usually loves a woman so much that he might kill her. So that's why you should get out of the relationship. Forget about the word love.
And I'm telling you that right now. That is not love. That's the controlling. That you have a delusional. And I'm not saying this in a mean way, respectfully.
No, I understand.
But that is not the definition of love.
I feel like a lot of these guys don't have that love from their mamas. Like they didn't have that love growing up, and so they seek it in this woman. And so when they find a woman that's finally offering that unconditional love like they never got, they get like a sickening attachment to it, like a obsession, and they don't want to let you go no matter what, because you are literally the best thing that has happened to them.
I don't feel that. I don't feel that that's always the case. My mother and father gave me love and everything. It was just I thought it was always supposed to be a certain way, and the man was supposed to do this, and you're supposed to listen, and if you don't, you get cracked. And I thought it was. I thought that was the right way, and I said, whatever. But let me just read a couple of super chats. I'm trying to pull them up. MCWC 78 says, good Good job shampooing the panel.
Let's see here. Ray S. sends in a donation saying free OJ. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I have Ruckus Radio here. He says, good luck, Shammy. Congrats. Appreciate that. Wait, let me see who that is. I didn't even say who that was. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Ruckus Radio.
No, Ruckus Radio. What is he talking about, that arm wrestling match?
No, it's Super Chat.
Okay. He said, please come back?
No, he just says, good luck. Good luck on the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you see any more? And let me tell you something. I'm not on here trying to act like I'm some big broadcast and everything. Listen, I'm good in the cast.
No.
I'm good. Shut the fuck up. No. I'm good in the cast. I'm good in the cast setting. I'm just trying to do something that I think I believe in. And I also want to go to some jails and talk to young men. Old men too, but old men are stuck in their ways. But I would like to talk to men in general and find out why they do these things. And I have another super chat, DJHC, Shammy Singh, if I didn't care, at the end of the show. I'll think about it. That's so stupid. But let's go to our first bullet point. Shaharia, the one that you sent about the doctor that got killed, that's from what news organization is that from?
Let me see. I can't remember what news organization.
Oh, I got it.
It looks like ABC News.
Yeah, it just looks like something. It's a legitimate news outlet. But can you lead with that story?
Yes. So this lady, she is a doctor.
What's her name?
One second.
Chamari Leonage.
I'll say, Kamari Leonage. She is a doctor who killed her abusive husband. So, her husband made her perform all types of, bestial acts. He's kept her trapped. He's beaten her with different, metal chairs and things like that. She's taken years and years of abuse from her husband. In 2014, she bludgeoned him to death. She was charged and convicted of manslaughter, and then she was released from prison after serving 2.5 years.
Yes. And her husband's name is Denandre. She calls him Din. Now, what do you feel about this story? I thought it was very interesting. There's some things in here that she says in her video that were very interesting to me, but I just want to hear your take first. Did she do the right thing? Did she do the right thing?
Did she do the right thing? I feel like she was overwhelmed, and I feel like when you have endured years and years of abuse, it boils up inside of you, and it can come out that way.
Mm-hmm. Did you look at the video?
Yes, I watched it. In the video...
Go ahead.
Yeah, in the video, she's just explaining the aftermath, saying, it didn't really register to her. She didn't really understand what she did. Mm-hmm. It's she just keeps saying over and over that she can't remember what she did. She said that once she closed her laptop, went to sleep, and then it just came over her.
Exactly. That's the part I wanted to get to. I read her story, and I looked at the video, and he was a doctor as well. Both of them were doctors. And she was saying everything that you said, that, he was doing some heinous things to her and everything. Now, the part that I don't necessarily agree with, though, she was in this relationship like that, is that the husband was sleeping. He was sleeping, and then she just bludgeoned him to death. So that's why part of the reason why she says she doesn't know what happened. Because if he was asleep, why wouldn't she just leave? Did she want revenge or over the abuse, or or did she beat him because he never changed, like she wanted him to change? Because she did say, I thought he would change. That's why I stayed there. So
right.
I was curious on your feelings on why she said, wow, he's sleeping, why don't I just leave? But she didn't do that.
I feel like, again, a lot of times when these women leave, these men kind of come after them, their children, and sometimes their families. So she was probably afraid for his revenge for her leaving. Like in my case, I left, and then he came for revenge.
Oh, I understand, and that's when you got. But so you're saying that you think she killed him because he might follow her or come where she's at?
No, I'm just saying that's one of the factors that she may have thought about. But again, she probably had all that built up anger, frustration.
Yeah. So she
took everything from being. She's taken a lot of abuse over years and years that does something to you. And a lot of times it produces PTSD in you when you have endured this trauma. Like you literally see things differently.
So you think she was justified in killing him? Now this is different. Let's keep it real. Now this is different than two people tussling. You could jump in here too, Lady Shay, but I'm just saying this is different than two people fighting at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, and then all of a sudden she grabs a knife because he's trying to choke her. He was asleep.
Right.
So
it could be looked at as premeditated. I think what it was she was in a psychological state. She was sleeping. So that I don't know what the argument was with the case, how it was presented, but she pretty much.
They try to get slick and say she doesn't know what happened, and I'm confused. I understand what she was saying.
She snapped.
Yeah, all of that.
That's real.
All of that. Yeah, she snapped because she said, "Fuck this shit. I'm not going to take this shit. I know he's sleeping. I could leave, but before I leave, I'm gonna fuck him up." That's what she was saying.
Well, yeah, and that probably was the only time where she probably felt she had power was while he was resting, because it's very evident that she was.
y'all got answers for everything to get. That was a good one. That's a good one. I
mean, it's facts. The stuff that he had her doing is unfathomable. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. Do you understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like she did what she had to do. She woke up, she snapped, she found this was her opportunity. Is it justify manslaughter or murder? Absolutely not. But this is what happens when you subject yourself to continual abuse.
Mm-hmm. Now, another point, because I had a story in the New York Times. I'm not going to read it. I mean, I read it and I sent it out, but the gist of it is that the divorce rates and domestic violence were a lot less in the 50s. Now, the article goes on to saying things that I personally agree with, where it says certain things like back then it wasn't women's liberation, all of these things, women empowerment, on concentrating on being a strong woman, that type of poison will make a woman start to think that she's equal on a man's level. And that's where the friction begins, right there. If you think about it, and I'm not trying to be funny because I didn't want the first show to get like that, and I'm not trying to be funny. I really mean
my only question to you is what you have to elaborate. What do you mean by not equal?
Okay, when I say equal, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, in a physical capacity, a woman is not equal as a man. I'm not talking about mental. I'm not talking about brains. I'm not talking about smartness. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about physical caveman strength. Okay?
What, Temple? So what about all the... Whoa. That's a weak argument. What about, like, the bodybuilding women that are...
No, because they're far in between. I'm talking about regular women demure, young women, little women, older women. But the point I'm making is this. When women's lib and all of that stuff came and said, oh, you got to be strong woman, you got to strong woman, it had women fooled into thinking they didn't have to be soft and cook and rear children, and you should wait until you're successful and you're on par with him and all of this stuff. When there's two quarterbacks playing a game, it doesn't work. And that's part of the article. I'm not just, talking out my ass. The article in the New York Times said it such that back in the 50s, I'm just boiling it down, a woman knew their place and a man knew his place. It goes both ways. He would come home. I know both people have to work now because of life now. Everything is more expensive. But
I think we should get to the super chats. There's a lot coming in, and I'm missing some of these. So, where are you at? What do you see? I'm gonna go from the bottom and work up.
Okay, I got Omaria Jean sent a donation. She says, Shammy, you're blaming and trying not to blame women at the same time. You sound confused and crazy. No, I'm not confused. I'm definitely not confused.
What about the crazy part?
Yeah, I might be a little crazy.
I got Ty Ty. Ty Ty says Shammy is in the driver's seat. Shammy is in the driver's seat. Hashtag Let's Go Sham.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. And,
I mean, I know that there were more, but I didn't catch them, so try to stay on that.
Let me see. I mean, I'm learning, and this is my first time, and I'm learning. I don't know why my computer's not pulling them up. I can't get to them. What the fuck is wrong with this computer?
So, Shaharia, are you currently dating right now?
Yeah, I was just about to.
Yes, I do go on dates. I'm not in any relationship.
I heard you say something briefly about you wouldn't want to let someone in at this point, and I totally respect that. But just from another sister, I feel like, never shut down love.
I never said I wouldn't want to let anyone in at this point.
Okay.
So you go on.
I said they would have to earn their trust from me. I wouldn't go into it blindly and naively, and with the same expectations.
Well, you should have been like that before. I'm just kidding.
Sometimes it's a lesson.
Don't play with me, Sample.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you're correct.
Here we
most
go.
of the women do what they knew in retrospect. Do you think they would get into these relationships to begin with? It's a lot of deceit and manipulation. It's not. It's just like a lot of the stuff that you're saying is just putting it all on the woman. It's just all up to her to decide her fate, basically.
And I agree with you. It's not all on the woman, but I think as a woman, we do have more control in the relationship. At the end of the day, the relationship becomes stagnant without us. Do you understand? I just think that we need to
what?
In control of the relationship, in control of the man will lead, but we have the power to shut shit down. You understand? We could, and I think that's where that enabling comes from. Because when you're talking about a domestic violence situation, the man is the abuser and the woman is the enabler. So if we have the power to enable, we also have the power to disable.
Yeah, and I saw your video, your YouTube, both your videos. What do you call those, documentaries or?
No, the first video. Are you talking to me?
Yes.
The first video was me coming out telling my story of resiliency, and the second video was me just telling what I feel like is my purpose and my vision, and then also my next steps, because I'm planning to start a nonprofit to encourage people to speak on the unspoken and to encourage people to speak on their invisible pain that a lot of people don't see, and that there are a lot of misconceptions. So I started my YouTube page so I could start to address a lot of the pain that I'm dealing with. A lot of people can only see it from their perspective until they've gone through something that's traumatic. So I'm just trying to dispel lies and also create awareness.
And I saw you singing too on one of them. I said, God, there's one thing she's not as a singer. I'm just playing.
Okay.
I'm just playing. Now I watched it intensely, and try not to. I want to be all jokey, but at the same time, I did watch your videos, and I understood what you were saying. But at the same time, now at least now you have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you didn't before, but now maybe bad things happen.
Clear.
What'd you say?
My purpose is clear now.
Yeah, but I'm saying bad things happen, and maybe good things come out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now you could teach people what to do and how to listen when a motherfucker tell you what to do. Now I'm just playing. But, you could, teach people. It's just like me. I was that person on the other side. So now I got a purpose on not so much holding a flag and teaching people how to be. I'm not no teacher. You know what I'm saying? I still think.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I know.
I go to grave saying that, if you marry, you should listen to your husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm not changing like that. I'm not.
You said say what? You said if you're married, you should do what?
Listen to your husband if he's worth it. Not no bum nigga. Not no. You shouldn't listen to no bum nigga. Like, that's the problem. Women get mixed up with these bum niggas and they be beating their ass and the nigga ain't even working. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with you.
At least you can respect a nigga beating you that's got a good job. I mean, that sounds funny. I'm just joking. I'm joking. but I'm just trying to listen. You get my drift. I'm just saying, don't give your all to a man that's not a man. You know what I'm saying? That's first off. You know
I agree with you.
So that's the first thing. If he's working hard and he's bringing money in and being positive and everything, and then you gonna try to hang out all the time and all that shit, and then when he start barking at you and you barking back and he slaps you because you all in his face, you got part of that blame. I'm talking about a good man. I'm not talking about a nigga right there. I'm not talking about that.
You sound crazy, Shammy.
What? That sounds ridiculous.
No, it doesn't. But
you had me up until you lost me.
Well, I'm just saying. Don't give your all to some bum motherfucker. But did this guy that did that to you? I'm not blaming you again, Shaharia. But did he have a good job? Did he? I'm just asking. If you could say,
depends on what you consider a good job.
I mean, was he a good? Y'all weren't married, so I'm saying.
I feel like he was a good person.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So, what went wrong? Did you?
What went wrong? Mental instability.
On your part or his part?
On his part.
But you
a lot of men, like I say, a lot of men in our community, they haven't received that love, and so they have a lot of built up anger and frustration because they haven't had the proper outlet.
So you were perfect in that in this relationship. You were perfect.
No one is perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect.
So when don't get upset.
I'm not upset.
We're trying to find solutions. I'm saying, when he was doing that to you and saying certain things to you, what was he saying? I told you not to do this, or what was it like? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm saying, what was it like? Was he saying, did you do something that he said not to do, or I don't get it.
I see where you're going. It's like it's all stemming from the thing, like he is in control of my life, like, because he said I shouldn't do something, I shouldn't do it. No, I feel like it was a lot of jealousy, insecurity, meaning when I'm going out, he wouldn't want me to go alone. It was a lot of trust issues, insecurity, and a lot of doubt, and a lot of hurt, a lot of everything, a lot of...
Did he have reason to be like that? Did you give him reason to be like that, or was he just crazy?
No, I feel like his childhood And his upbringing and all of his negative experiences turned him into a bad person.
Got you. I understand. All right. So, and I want to go to the next bullet point. That I'm trying to think, where is that? Okay, here it is. This is the one that I had. Alexa calls cops on a man allegedly beating his girlfriend. So it starts. I'm not going to read the whole story. You'll get the drift.
Please don't. Please, Lord, no, don't. Just give us a synopsis, a brief.
Shut up, I'll slap the shit out you. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I wish you fucking would.
I'm just playing. A New Mexico man was arrested. Hey, can you mind when people joke around like that, Shaharia? Do you mind when
people gonna joke? I'm not sensitive.
I mean, you ain't all that serious.
I know people gonna joke,
If I say you like that in a joking manner, you still could take jokes, right? He ain't beat your humor out of you, did he?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just saying.
So you saying a joke like that? You saying a joke like that?
No, I'm just saying.
That's kind of insulting.
No, I didn't mean to be insulted. I'm saying you still have your humor. You know what I'm saying? You ain't let him take that.
Of course I have my humor.
That's what I'm saying. I just said it in my way.
He didn't take anything from me except my innocence.
All right, because I sense that you don't joke around anymore. I saw you on YouTube. You turned into a poet.
I mean, I am a poet.
Stop it! You ain't no damn poet.
I'm a poet. I'm a writer. I'm a lot of things that you'll get to learn about me.
Oh, I would love. Listen, I want to learn about you, but you ain't no damn poet. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, this story.
That's your opinion.
I'm just playing. See, you got no sense of humor. The shampoo, shabby. All right, hold on.
Mm-hmm. All right, super chat. So Pillow Talk sent in a $5 donation saying, "Shammy, you're a fool." Thank you, Pillow Talk.
Thank you. Cat Fight sends a donation. Shampoo, the mentality of a victim is way more complex than any perspective you've ever conceived on this show. You aren't fit to counsel on this. But I'm not counseling anybody. I don't have any license. I'm just giving my opinion. I used to be like that. So I'm not. I understand what you're saying, and thank you for the donation. This is my first time, and I appreciate you people hanging in there. It's going to get better than this. Destructive criticism, Shammy, Shay, Saharia. Let me put on my glasses. All three start with shh, and you probably should. Oh, that's nice. That was a good one.
Jeezy Boy 33 sent in a $2 donation. Shammy is a lost nigga. P.S. Jimmy loves Nina or Nana. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Let me get this back up here. Okay. I'm going to finish reading this bullet point real quick. Okay. A New Mexico man was arrested for allegedly beating his girlfriend and threatening to kill her after Amazon's Alexa called the police. Eduardo Barros, 28, became angered with his unidentified girlfriend while house-sitting in Tajaras, about 50 miles east of Albuquerque, and the dispute suddenly turned physical. On July 2nd. No. Listen, on July 2nd.
That sounds like was it an old man hiccup or a laugh?
No. During the assault.
Was it an old man hiccup or a laugh?
It wasn't no laugh. Listen, during the assault, Barros waved a gun and threatened to kill.
Shammy.
Threatened to kill a woman before he allegedly asked, "Did you call the sheriff?" This nigga was beating the shit out of her. Did you call the sheriff?
Stop fucking laughing.
Oh, God. The question was inadvertently picked up by the smart speaker, so she didn't call the police. She wasn't going to call the police. She was going to take that.
Oh, great. Okay.
Inadvertently picked up the smart speaker and the voice power, and anyway, called the police, and the police came and arrested them. Now, this story was interesting to me because she never called the police. Alexa saved her life.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, this, I mean, you guys got out of it quickly, or well, maybe not so much Shaharia, but, you know.
At least she tried. And
yes,
her situation
definitely
was unique in itself because he kind of just went AWOL after, you know, her trying to get out of that, which is fucked up. But, I mean, the fact that she tried is what shows that it was something, you know, there was a change that was needed.
Yeah, but all of these stories have the same.
I wasn't just sitting there in peace.
You wasn't doing what?
I wasn't sitting in a relationship in peace.
In peace?
Yes.
You were sitting there in peace when you did what you were supposed to do. No.
What did you say, Shampoo?
No, I'm just playing. You wasn't sitting there in peace. You were just trapped. You was trapped, and I just can't get over the fact when people say they're trapped. I don't understand why they just don't leave.
Because some of it, I'm not a counselor, but some of it has to do with, and I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I think my opinion is some of it has to do with comfortability. Like Shahara said, you have a family, you have children involved. There may be some type of ties that are involved, so it is harder to get out of it. That's why I stress the fact of the foundation part, the 1 and 2 step. A lot of people get into relationships and go from step 1, and then next thing you know, they're at step 10. They're married, and they didn't get a chance to know each other before. You know what I'm saying? They're playing marriage before they even really got a chance to know each other.
I understand. I remember the day when I stopped being the way I was. I felt free. I'm gonna be honest with you. It felt like a freedom that it was something lifted off of me, and I never turned back. Never turn back. Mad as I get at my wife sometimes, I don't even think. You know what? I do think about it. I do. I'll be honest with you.
You think about what?
Just slapping the shit out of him. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just saying. It crosses your mind because you push certain buttons to make somebody like that, but I'm not like that, so it never gets to that.
No, that's still taking responsibility off of the attacker or the aggressor. They still had a choice in their actions.
If I know a dog bites that's in this person's backyard, I'm not going to walk back there. So, you know, I'm just
Again, if you're in love with a person and you trust in this person, you don't expect them to do something fatal to you.
I understand that.
No matter what.
Wait, did you just compare it to a dog in the backyard that bites? Wait.
Yeah, she's motherfucker foaming at the mouth. Let me go back there.
Men are like dogs. Men are like wild dogs.
Huh? I'm the only woman that could tame this pit bull. Meanwhile, he done bit a million people.
That's where that comes from. That whole change in
men are like.
You can't change a grown person.
Yeah.
Can't. But I wanted to ask you this though, Shammy. If you can remember, I want you to take a moment to just kind of think back on the first relationship that you were in, and the female got you so upset to the point where you struck them. Can you remember or can you recall? Were you inebriated? What caused you to that point to say, this is the bitch I'm going to slap tonight?
No, it doesn't go out like that.
I'm asking you.
It has anything to do with drugs or liquor or anything like that. I mean, it happens to people, but it was just a thing in me to say, you ain't stronger than me, and then they're in your face, and then I say,
was there an heated argument? Was that break it down? Give me the scenario if you could remember. Like, what led up to that point?
It was more like, where were you at? You know, that low self-esteem shit on my part. You know what I'm saying? I know what that is now. But back then, it was like, where you was at, where were you at? And then they might say they was somewhere, and then you, in your mind, you say, this bitch is lying, and then now y'all arguing because she's not lying, hopefully, but you're confused. Now she's yelling at you.
But you were accusing her. So because you started accusing her, and she really wasn't lying, it turned into a problem that shouldn't exist.
Exactly. All made by me.
That's the problem.
But
like
then hold up. Then you go, wait. But then you go, shut the fuck up before I slap the shit out you, right? Not joking.
Right.
I'm not joking. Then they go. Then they keep talking. That's that's crazy. I would shut up.
No, see, you
that doesn't make it okay.
You sound like a controller, Shammy. Like
no,
you gotta be
I'm not like that. I'm not like that now. I'm just
when it
telling
comes
you.
to women, you may have been like that previously, but that's a controller. And first of all, like as far as what I'm saying is, yeah, you get to those heated moments, but what in your mind told you in that heated moment that it was okay to strike that woman? That's when did it, like, was it because you couldn't control yourself? You just said, fuck this shit, and you thought in your mind this is how you stop it?
I never lost control. I never lost control of my emotions. It was just like, shut the fuck up before.
You just wanted to have control over her.
I wasn't the type of
person. That was the only way for you to be able to feel like you can coexist with her, is if you had control over her mouth.
Exactly.
You had to strike her and do other things, intimidate her, basically to beat her into submission.
Exactly, and that's just how I
Exactly, and that's the heart of a abuser's mindset.
Yeah, it's listen, men have a lot of faults, but I'm not going to put it all on men, and I'm not going to put it all on women. There's faults on both sides. There's fault on both sides. That lady, that doctor. Wait, that doctor. Wait, let me say something. That doctor, that story you sent over was beautiful because she's a doctor. He's a doctor. He was sleeping. She's smart. I'm getting the fuck out of here while he's sleeping. No, I'm going to kill him before I leave.
Because Shampoo, the woman was
because she didn't
terrified.
Want to fall in love again. She didn't.
No, it wasn't nothing to do about it. I guarantee you, it had nothing to do with her wanting to fall in love. She had to finish that nigga off. I'm sorry, it sounds crazy, but she Mortal Kombat finished him. You know what I'm saying? If she was that fearful, she got up in the middle of the night. She killed him. If she would have just left, he would have found her. She's a doctor. Okay, she's very easy to find. She has an NPI number. You can Google that shit and find out where her practice is. Unless she was going to stop working, she's very easy to find. So she had to finish him. And I think that's where it came from. She snapped. In her mind, she solidified a reason to get rid of that nigga. And it was because he abused her for so long.
Well, listen, we are going. We're coming up on 10 o'clock. And this is my first time again.
You want to do super chats? I think we should do super chats.
To do some super chat.
Okay. Sebastian the Great sent in a $5 donation. He said, free from giving your wife leg drops and an elbow smash. H.M. Navi says, damn, Shammy, you said you wouldn't laugh. LOL.
I'm not laughing.
You did laugh. Laughed about 5 times. I'm writing it down. I'm taking tallies.
Because I was reading a story. This stories, I can't read those stories.
What? It's still a story. Like, it's still, like, relevant. These are people's stories that you're laughing at. But it's okay. It's your first time.
Do you have any more?
Oh, yeah. So, Young Revenue, $5 donation. He said, don't skip my super chat again, nigga. Shaharia talks like she got drop-kicked in the chest after running 40-yard dash respectfully.
That's a phone connection. You sound okay, Shaharia. Let me hear you say hello again.
Hello?
No, you know what? Say this.
It was the headset.
Shaharia.
Yes.
Say this. Say, next time I will listen. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
Next time, man will stand his place.
I'm just bullshitting. You're a good person and you're a survivor.
Babyface Chen sent in a $2 donation. He said, what about women that beat men? What about women that beat men, Shammy? What do you have to say about that?
I'm not going to play that game where...
No, really. There are women out there that will whoop a nigga's ass. What about those women? Let's talk about that.
Well, that is true. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why a man would allow. I don't understand that whole. I know it's
so
not.
What about this?
It's often.
You don't
I know
understand
it's not,
physical
it's
abuse from a woman to a man, but do you understand mental abuse, or like being in a mentally abusive relationship from woman to man? Because there's some situations where women will degrade the hell out of a man, and he will take that mental abuse because she may be a trophy or she may be his ideal woman, and he will allow a woman to degrade him. I've seen men in relationships where a female will make the dinner and be funny, and a man will be sitting on a couch, say on the floor or something like that, and I'm chilling over there. She'll walk over and put his plate on the floor, and like she just served that nigga plate on the floor, like, here's your dinner. Like, there's females that'll do so much disrespectful shit, and because she may look a certain way or be this certain bad bitch, a nigga will take her shit over being with a loyal woman that would truly love him. What's up with that?
Well, it's the same thing. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Friends of mine used to say, the worse you treat a woman, the more they love you. That was drilled in my head at an early age. Not from my parents, not from my father, from kids, from God. Yo, hang up on them. They'll call you back. All of that dumb shit. It molded me into something that wasn't good. I wasn't a monster. I never been to jail or never got arrested for domestic violence. I never was that bad. I didn't leave marks. No, I'm just kidding.
But it may not have been that bad. Hold on, wait a minute. You said you didn't leave marks?
I'm just playing.
But that's feeding into the psyche. That's feeding into the psyche of a domestic abuser's mindset. Like you say, you were told all those things over and over.
Yeah. This show is also therapeutic for me. It is.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm a recovering hit addict.
Yeah. So Shampoo, about that.
You just started the first step to your 12-step program. Let's give Shampoo a round of applause.
Yeah. Well, now I've been.
Shampoo, what I was going to say a few minutes ago, I feel like you can't, or back in those days, you couldn't get a woman to submit to you without putting your hands on them. Like when you felt inferior or like she was too intelligent, you had to beat her down to submit to her. And maybe, now you're at a point when your women automatically submit, so you don't have to feel like you got to beat them into submission because they already submit to you.
Yeah, I still don't like that. I don't like a strong. You
don't like a strong woman.
I don't like that.
That is the most ignorant thing you can say, Shampoo, just so you know. So
you've been through this show.
Well, that's just my opinion. That's,
Why wouldn't you want a strong woman, someone? And you maybe your definition of strong is a little bit more intense than what I believe it to be. But when I think of a strong woman, I think of someone that's always going to have the household kept tight. I think of someone that makes sure that the lights don't go off.
I like
not
that.
As far as bringing in the money, but
very strong. He doesn't like very strong women.
I don't like
that.
He doesn't like very strong, intelligent women.
Child. Be a good influence to of their children. Somebody.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you the small example. The garbage can was outside in the driveway because they're coming back down and pick the garbage up. Now, I bring it in all the time. I just bring it in when I pull in, bring it in. I didn't bring it in to see if she gonna bring it in. Right?
Okay.
I did it on purpose.
Okay.
She didn't bring the garbage can in.
You want to know why?
And that pissed me
Sound
off.
crazy? And you want to know why this may sound crazy? Because I think it was because of your intent, because you purposely did it. I don't know. Like, to me,
I know why she did it, and I told her. I said, you think you too fucking good to pick up that garbage can.
No,
and then I had to remind. Wait, I'm gonna keep it real. And I had to remind her where she's from. Motherfuck that.
This is that anger. That's that controlling shit coming. You're acting.
No, it's not controlling. No.
It's
not controlling. It's a reminder. It's a reminder. I'm not going to hit you. But I'm not going to let you start to think that you too good for something where I met you at wasn't you. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do that.
Shampoo, you
Bring that fucking garbage can.
Shampoo, you're not that guy that a female will automatically submit to.
Ooh.
It's not about submitting. That was a minor thing. It was.
Did you hear what she said though? Did you?
I didn't hear that slick shit she's talking about. Shit, I'm starting to understand shit about it though. No, what you say? Good. What you said? I didn't understand what you just said. Shaharia. I like that name, Shaharia.
What did you say, Shaharia?
You said I'm not the a woman. I'm not the type of
you're
guy
not the guy that a woman will automatically submit to.
Why? Because I'm weak? Well, why are you saying that? Why?
Just not.
Yeah. See, because I should be like I used to be, right? That's what you're saying, right?
No.
It's not about submitting.
It's never okay to be the way that you used to be. It's never okay, but that was the only way that you could coexist with a headstrong woman. You had to beat her down. You had to put your hands on her when you felt like she was talking too much or too good or
listen.
too smart.
This will stop a lot of this. We're talking about solutions. A lot of this shit will stop if everybody just calms down and listens, and if it's something that's minor, just fucking do it. Just do it. You don't have to be rebellious. You don't have to be rebellious and I'm gonna push this button and men and women. Not
Shampoo. When you dealing with a headstrong woman, she knows when to respect you and let man play his role. She won't overstep that boundary, but you can't let her be headstrong and then smack her down for being that strong woman that you're supposed to be attracted to.
So in other words, there's no merit to me saying to my wife the other day that you think you too fucking good to bring that garbage. There's no merit to that?
Absolutely not.
That's nope. I don't believe that, and it
absolutely
really
not. And you want to know why? Because in a relationship, it's a two-way street. That's been your due diligence since the beginning. So the fact that you're out of your norm, to her, she's just thinking, oh, they forgot to bring in the garbage can. He'll bring it in. No, she's not saying in her mind, oh, I ain't touching that fucking garbage. No, that's what you've been doing. You can't bring flowers home every night till you get the female. Then when you got her, you stop bringing flowers and not expect shit to change. That's what changes the dynamics of relationships. Like Shahara said, people put on these facades for a certain amount of time, and then when they think they have you, they flip over from Jekyll to Hyde, or however that goes. They show their true face.
And women put on facades too.
Absolutely. Women are some of the greatest manipulators. Are you kidding?
All of a sudden, they be big, fat, and all that shit. And then when they get a divorce, all of a sudden they want to start losing weight. Bitch,
we're talking about
if you would have lost all that weight, I wouldn't have left you. Shit, now you want to lose weight and look good. Now that I'm going.
Well, maybe the weight is coming from the stress of her spouse.
What is coming from?
And when she leaves her spouse, the stress is gone, so the weight comes off.
It's just a tricky situation. Let's get this last bullet point, and then I don't want to shoot my whole load, quote unquote, but let's just get this last bullet point. The lady at the gas station. Let me pull it up. Did y'all see the video?
Actually, I know. Is there any way that you can send it to me like now, and then?
Oh yeah.
I'll try and see if there's any.
And then I'll look for some super chats.
I can pull it up now too.
What did you say? Oh, here it is.
I can pull it up now too. I didn't watch the video.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, because it had examples.
So both y'all bitches don't listen.
Hold on. First of all, please don't disrespect me, Shampoo.
I'm sorry. I'm just playing.
Second of all,
wait.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. But I want to say
in the
something.
email, it says example, and so I didn't think that was actually one of the topics for tonight. Because it said example in the front of the title.
But Shaharia, listen to me very seriously. All bullshit aside.
Oh, shit.
I'm a jokester. I was joking around with you when I say shit. And the only thing really that I know about you is what happened. I don't know too much more about you, so that's where my jokes come from.
If you willing to make the comments and statements you making, you got to be willing for people to clap back at you with that same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you don't have to explain anything. That's just what it is.
Okay, all right. So you could take it. Anyway, let me email you the video, and y'all could look at it while I look for some super chats. I don't know. I gotta find them on my computer, but I'm gonna send them to you right now.
All my super chats are gone, and everybody, we apologize if we skipped them tonight, but it's still new, so we'll stay on it. But we do appreciate your donations and your support. Really do.
Usually I would have cut it and say, "Bitch, I'm the host," but. No, listen, you did that perfectly, and that's a good way. I like the way you just did that.
The only reason why I did that is because you're trying to send out an email. You need to focus on sending that damn email.
I got you. All right.
Jalal Muhammad, thank you for your donation. I just saw that come in for $2.
Well, anyway, in this video, it's a lady that came in there and allegedly was stealing, and the owner, seemed like the owner, caught her stealing, and he was trying to get her out the store. Oh, no, he was trying to get her out the store. He didn't know what to do, and she started hitting him with beer, cans, and just going off on him, physically hitting him. And he had some restraint for a long time, longer than anybody should have, obviously because she was stealing, allegedly. So
this isn't a relationship situation. It was a situation where someone came into a store and got
some type of gas station, grocery store, and he slapped the shit out of her finally and slapped her to the ground. And then everybody, just heard a little bit, because now he wrong, like. But I watched the video. I mean, we probably don't have too much time to watch it because this is my first time, and I think I'm ready to, sign off just for the night, and,
you gotta
get my chops ready for the next time.
Please sing, Chevy. You have to sing before. Please.
Right. Shaharia, I want to thank you tonight, and I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope to hear from you again on the next show. Would that be okay?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, of course.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, I sure did.
Do you still? How do you feel about me?
I feel
that's enough. All right, ladies and
gentlemen. Like you can't even respect a strong woman even when they're trying to help you. Like
I never met one.
On the show, and it's like we're playing our role, and then you call us bees and shut down every strong statement we make. I feel like that's a representation of you. And I feel like this show will do wonders for your therapy in terms of your abusive mindset. I feel like you have a long way to go. You still feel like
you still think I got a long way to go?
Okay. But, it's time to heal. It's time to heal. It's time to heal.
Okay.
Well said.
Now I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna put the volume down low because we're on YouTube, and we don't want the algorithms to demonetize our videos. You see, I'm a professional now.
Wow.
All right, let me get that up. Let me get this up. They say so. You don't see any more super chats.
No, man, we miss quite a few. So, there's one more I see from Alfredo Lofton. Oh, I don't even know if I want to read that, but I guess he's telling me that he would smash me.
Yeah. Oh, don't read that. I didn't see that.
Right. Okay. But anyway, so thanks for the donation. So, and then I see
that's a compliment. That's a
Right.
compliment.
Thanks. Captain Crunch sent in another donation. It says, shampoo, you still have me blocked on Twitter, bitch. All in caps. So he's
What's his
kind of
name?
angry about that. Captain Crunch. You might want to address that.
Well, listen, email me, kingofallblacks1@AOL.com, and tell me why I blocked you, and I'll unblock you.
That sounds
Okay?
like some bullshit.
No, email me, kingofallblacks1@AOL. Listen, I'm a nice guy, man. I like to have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate.
That's when a woman is speaking her mind.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Keep your mind to yourself, shit. Before you feel the wrath.
He's just intimidated. He's
want
just
a dog.
intimidated by
You
you,
want a dog.
Saharia. He's just intimidated. You're gonna have to break Shampoo down, bust him down by them old man knees, and he'll give.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you the way.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now I'm going to sing this tune a little bit, not the whole record. But I will. If y'all could just be quiet for a second while I. Me. If I didn't care more than words can say, if I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love,
Yes, Sammy.
then why do I feel? Just one more. Would my hand go round and round while my heart stands still if I didn't care? I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Time to Heal, and I want to thank Shaharia, and I want to thank Lady Shay.
Anytime, Sam.
I had a great time, and I hope to do this soon. Thanks, folks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Later.